What is your name, please?
My name is Eamonn Andrews.
What is your name, please?
My name is Eamonn Andrews.
What is your name, please?
My name is Eamonn Andrews.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one of them is the real Eamonn Andrews, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. And here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you, and good evening. We're here again with our game of deliberate misrepresentation, wherein four presumably smart persons try to figure out which one of three challengers has sworn to tell the truth. To Tell the Truth is brought to you by Geritol, America's #1 tonic, the high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger fast. And now let's meet our cross-examiners. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Ralph Bellamy.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
And my name is Gardner.
Now, these three people all claim to be Eamonn Andrews. Only one is the real Eamonn Andrews. The other two have merely assumed that identity, and they, of course, do not have to stick to the truth. Now, panel, you'll find in front of you copies of an affidavit. Will you please follow along while I read? I, Eamonn Andrews, was born and raised in Dublin. For a time, I was the amateur middleweight boxing champion of Ireland. And now I am considered the foremost sports commentator of the British Isles. In addition, I appear on British television as the moderator of This Is Your Life and What's My Line? Now, while our contestants are taking their places, I'll remind you that these three people all claim to be Eamonn Andrews, British television personality. Remember again, of course, as usual, that only the real Eamonn Andrews is required to answer your questions truthfully. Each of you will question until you hear this signal. At the end of the questioning period, you will be asked to register your vote for the one person who, in your opinion, is the real Eamonn Andrews. And we'll start this questioning round with Ralph Bellamy. Ralph?
Well, number one, I suppose we ought to start with the obvious question. Who's the new mayor of Dublin?
Oh, it's Mr. Carroll.
Mr. Carroll. Yeah. Number one, again, who won the heavyweight British title? Put it the other way. No, that's right. Who won the heavyweight British title from Jack Peterson in 1934?
1934, I have no idea.
Number two.
I was an amateur boxer.
Oh, I thought you might know that, being a commentator. Number two.
I don't know either.
Number three.
I'm not sure, but it might have been Len Harvey.
Kitty Carlisle.
#1, in cricket, what is a sticky wicket?
Well, this is a very interesting phrase. It's an idiomatic phrase as well as a practical phrase. It refers to the game cricket we play in the British Isles, and it refers to the wicket. This is the entire wicket, 22 yards of lawn between two wickets, which are 3 stumps with 2 bails on top. A sticky wicket is when the wicket has been rained on. And it means that this is very good for the bowler. And the bowler, you see, is the same as you have what you call a pitcher.
Thank you very much, #1.
You had
#2, what is a pig in a wicket?
I beg your pardon?
What does a pig in a wicket mean?
I have no idea.
#3, where is the Blarney Stone and how do you kiss it?
The Blarney Stone is in Ireland, and you kiss it by being held by the legs and bent over it.
Hi, Gardner.
#3, when were you middleweight champ?
1945.
45, it's about 12 years ago. How much have you gained since in weight?
About 30 pounds.
About 30 pounds. #1, what was the full name of the Marquis of Queensborough? The full name of the Marquis of Queensborough? I don't know his full name. He was the gentleman that invented all the rules in about 1880. And they were #2, what's my line?
I beg your pardon?
I say, what's my line?
It's a show.
What's my... all right, let's skip that one completely. #3, who was the most... Who was the least?
Who was the in-between, Polly?
#2, have you ever been on What's My Line in America?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been compared to call the John Daly of England?
Have I been?
Yes, number 2.
Idiomatically, not physically.
Oh, I see. Yes, I understand what you mean. Number 3, could you tell me, what station are you on in England?
BBC.
What are the other 2 stations, number 3?
There's commercial television as opposed to BBC.
I see the name of the stations such as BBC, Granada.
Well, there's ITV.
All the
thank
time
you.
we have, it's time to vote. Without consultation, I want you now to mark your ballots and select, if you will, number 1, number 2, or number 3. May I remind you that for every incorrect vote, our challengers team will receive $250. That means, of course, if they fool the entire panel, they can divide as much as $1,000. All right, panel, have you marked your ballots? You haven't, Polly? Have you now, Polly? For whom did you vote, Polly?
Oh, I voted for number 1. Number 1 seemed to be very sharp on sticky wickets. Which I sort of like, I think. I think anybody who knows anything about a sticky wicket ought to be the right one.
Ralph Bellamy. For whom did you vote, Ralph?
For number 1. Again, the sticky wickets, and also he had John Daly's kind of verbiage there. He was sort of goes until stopped.
Kitty, you voted for...
Number 3. Well, he looked to me like an Irishman who perhaps had kissed the Blarney Stone.
And hi, Gardner.
I also voted for number 3. First of all, standing up there, he looked more like a former middleweight, even though he gained weight. And secondly, you do kiss the Blarney Stone, the position that he did mention.
Well, there we are. Votes are all in. The minds are made up. Let's see how well you scored now at home, and you folks here in our studio audience as well. Let's find out which one of these distinguished gentlemen is the real British television personality. Will the real Eamonn Andrews please stand up? Looks like we're being challenged by Polly right away. Polly, what's the matter?
Oh, no, I'm not challenging him. I'm just very mad at him because I was sure it was you until the last question I asked, saying to name the 3 stations, and you didn't come out with BBC, Granada, and Diffusion.
No, that's because you had the wrong information, Polly. There are only 2 stations. There are several subcontractors in the one station, but there's only 2
Oh, I
channels.
asked
Would you
you
mind
wrong
settling
then.
this later? Because I got to find out about number 1. Who are you really and what do you do?
My name is Charles Dean. I'm a motion picture director from London, England.
And number 2, how about you, sir?
My name is Robert Trench Thompson. I'm the general manager for BOAC in the United States.
All right, you can see there were exactly 2 incorrect votes for a total of $500 from Geritol. Hope you had fun visiting us. We enjoyed having you with us. Good night and the best of good luck to you, gentlemen. Now let's have our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joan Penn.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joan Penn.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joan Penn.
All right, panel, again, you have copies of affidavits. Will you please follow along while I read you this one? I, Joan Penn, am 12 years old, and I'm in the 5th grade. I play on the school baseball team and work as a babysitter after school. Last year, my picture appeared in the newspaper when I won the Bubblegum blowing championship of Chicago, Illinois. Well, it's time once again to play our game. Now, these 3 charming young people all claim to be Joan Penn, Chicago's Bubblegum champ. Remember, only the real Joan Penn is required to answer your questions truthfully. And I see our challenges are all set, so let's start this round with Hi, Gardner. Hi?
That is gum you're chewing, isn't it? As being baseball players, I wonder whether you were chewing on tobacco or something. Number 1, what do you have to do to win a bubble contest?
Well, first you have to get a certain size bubble in order to qualify. And out of about 500 children, only 50 or 60 made that. And then he had to blow another bubble, and the 5 biggest were then in the finals, and then the one who blew the biggest bubble won.
Just as I thought. Number 2, what is the name of the newspaper that printed your picture when you won?
It was the Sun-Times,
You still live in Chicago, do you?
yes, the Tribune, I think.
Polly?
Number 3, how big was the bubble you won with?
It was 12 3/4 inches.
12 3/4 inches? How do they go about measuring a bubble?
They use our caliper.
A what?
Caliper.
A dull caliper. A very dull caliper.
A caliper. Tell me, don't you think they should have contest number 3 to, like, the prize for talking the plainest with a large wad of bubble gum in your mouth?
Well,
We'll let her mull that one over while we go on to Ralph Bellamy. Ralph?
Number 2, where's Wilmette, Illinois?
I don't know.
Number 3, where's Wilmette, Illinois? Number 1, where's Wilmette, Illinois?
I don't know either.
Well, it's right next to Chicago. Number 1, who taught you to blow bubbles?
My daddy.
What does he do for a living?
He's a dentist.
Kitty Carlisle.
Well, number 2, this is a very happy moment in my life because I want this information for my children who also blow bubble gum. When the bubble breaks all over your face, how do you get it off?
I take the bubble gum out of my mouth and I dab it. I dab it off.
I hope my children aren't listening. Number 1, how many pieces can you chew at once?
4 pieces.
4 pieces.
Well,
My children seem to chew more than that.
Well, that's it. Our time has once again come around to time for voting. So without consultation, panel, will you mark your ballots and select number 1, number 2, or number 3? Okay, ballots all marked? Polly, you're all voted already, huh? Who did you vote this time?
I voted for number 3. I don't know.
Ralph, how about you?
I voted for number 2, mainly because she looks more like a 12-year-old.
And Kitty, you voted for?
I voted for number 1.
Huh?
Well, she seemed to have more good information about bubble gum chewing.
How about you, Hi?
I voted for number 3. She sort of chews like she's getting ready for another contest.
All right. There we are now. We've had our votes in, and we've given you our reasons pretty much. I hope yours are as good. Now, right now, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one way to really find out about this. Will you girls please stand up? I can really think of only one way to determine which of these lovely young misses is the real bubblegum champion. So, are you ready, girls? Blow. And there it goes back. Incidentally, young lady, I understand that you are next week, I believe, going to defend your bubblegum championship at the Back of the Yards Fair in Chicago. Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't
You don't know about this?
I know I am, but I didn't know when.
Oh, you didn't know when. Well, I'm told it's at the fair out there, and next week is the date that I got. Let's find out about these other 2 young misses. Now, number 1, who are you and what do you really do?
My name is Elaine Lynn Magidson, and I'm going into the 8th grade, and I go to school here in New York.
Good girl. And number 3, how about you?
My name is Noreen Moday. I'm in the 7th grade at St. Benedict Joseph's in Queens, Long Island.
Well, I'm sure that all three of you will be... Yes, yes,
I
Ralph.
tell the young lady, the champion, that Wilmette, my hometown, is 14 miles north of Chicago.
Oh, thank you.
Now she knows. And so
I
do
was
we all.
worried about that myself.
Well, I want to tell you that you'll all be very happy to hear the news now because there were exactly 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $750 from Geritol. With those smiles on your faces and the gum in your mouth, good night and the best of good luck to you. Well, there we are. Now, in a moment, we have 3 new challengers coming up that we will meet and find out. May we have our third team of challengers, please?
What is your name, please?
My name is Pappy Boyington.
What is your name, please?
My name is Pappy Boyington.
What is your name, please?
My name is Pappy Boyington.
Another team of challengers panel and another affidavit. Will you follow along with your copies while I read mine? I, Pappy Boyington, was a fighter pilot with the original Flying Tigers. In 1943, I formed the Black Sheep Squadron in the Marine Corps, and I personally destroyed 28 enemy planes. Later, I was shot down and held in a Japanese prison camp for almost 2 years. While in this prison, I was notified that I had been awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. All claim to be Pappy Boyington, Marine war ace. Again, question until you hear the signal. We'll start this round with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Number 2, when you were shot down, did you bail out?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of as you were floating down?
Well, I was scared to death, frankly.
Number 3, what was the worst feature of prisoner of war camp?
The worst feature was I was afraid that if they found out that I had been with the Flying Tigers, that they'd execute me.
Number 2, who founded the Flying Tigers?
Claire Chenault.
Do you know Dr. Margaret Chung?
I've met her, yes.
Number 1, how many Congressional Medal of Honors holders are there alive today?
I don't know how many are alive. There have been about 2,500 awarded to date, but I don't know how many are still living.
Hi, Gardner.
Number 2, who was Danny Arnstein?
Danny Arnstein? I don't know.
Number 3, would you know?
No, I don't know.
Number 1, would you know?
No, I don't.
Number 2, is it true that servicemen of every rank have to salute a Medal of Honor winner regardless of their rank?
Not to my knowledge.
Number 3, you were shot down, or rather you shot down 28 planes. Is that correct?
That's right.
What type of plane were you flying at the time?
I was flying a Corsair.
Corsair. Number 1, you shot down 28 planes. What shot you down?
Never did get his name.
No, I don't mean his name. I mean, is it anti-aircraft or another plane?
No, it was a Z. Japanese type 0.
What did they call Japanese suicide flyers?
Kamikaze.
Holly?
Number 1, what kind of plane did you fly when you were with the Flying Tigers?
P-40, Kitty Hawk.
Number 2, what is the equivalent of Annapolis or West Point in the Marines? Where is it in the United States?
Well, the Marines...
They're training bases.
They're trained in the Navy bases.
Number 1, could you tell me?
Well, we get our officers from Annapolis. If that's what you mean. Our enlisted men come out of our own training bases.
I see. Number 3, could you tell me what is sake made of?
It's rice. It's made from rice.
I see. Number 2, could you tell me what tempura is?
What is? I didn't get
Tempura. T-E-M-P-U-R-A.
I'm sorry, but tempera fugites at the moment who have to go on to Ralph Bellamy. Ralph?
Number 3, does the name Lieutenant Fagergren mean anything to you?
No, I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Number 1?
What was the name again?
Lieutenant Fagergren.
No, it doesn't.
Number 2?
No, I don't believe so.
Number 3, do you happen to know who played General Chenault in the movie about the Flying Tigers?
I don't go to the movies very often.
Number 1, you know?
Well, if it was you, Mr. Bellamy, I'm embarrassed because I didn't see the picture.
No, it was not. Number 2, do you know?
Who played Chenault? No, I don't.
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 2, where did you get your name, Pappy?
Well, I was about 7 years older than anybody else in the squadron, so that's why they call me Pappy.
Number 3, where do you come from?
San Francisco.
Number 2, where do you come from?
I come from Idaho.
Number 1, where do you come from?
I'm from New York.
Oh, that surprised me.
Yes, Kitty?
I've made up my
Sorry,
mind.
Kitty.
I've made up my mind.
No more questions? Well,
No.
you hit it just in time because the signal tells me now that our time is up and it's time once again to vote. So again, will you mark your ballots? Polly, you've got it marked already.
I have it marked
And
already.
vote, if you will, for number 1, number 2, or number 3. And we come now to a Polly Bergen with her mind made up.
And that's awful.
Who'd you vote for, Polly?
I voted for number 3.
Huh?
Actually, I voted for number 3 because I don't know whether it's true or not, but I thought perhaps they might have called you Pappy because of your white hair. And that was just a guess.
Ralph?
Number 3.
What was your reason, Ralph?
That white hair seemed to sort of suggest Japanese prison camp, and also possibly he was older than the rest of the Tigers.
Kitty, who'd you vote for?
Number 2. Well, number 2 knew Dr. Margaret Chung, and I think she'd been rather a patron of the Flying Tigers early in the war.
And hi, Gardner, your vote was for?
I voted for number 2 because I thought number 1 looked young enough to eventually win the Distinguished Service Medal.
All right, there we are. Votes and reasons. How well did you do? We'll find out, because one of these gentlemen was the real Flying Tiger ace, winner of the Congressional Medal of Honor. Will the real Pappy Boyington please stand up? Congratulations, sir. Nice to have had you here with us tonight. Now, how about number 1? And who are you really, and what do you do?
My name is Marvin Shacker. I'm a practicing attorney in New York.
And thereby, he was pretty glib with the answers. Number 3, what about you, sir?
I'm Bennett Hammond. I'm president of the McMichael Hammond Yacht Yard in Mamaroneck. I do a little TV and modeling on the side.
Well, it was fun for us. I hope it was fun for you. Let's see exactly what we had now. We had exactly 2 incorrect answers at $250 each. That means a total of $500 from Geritol. Gentlemen, if you had as much fun as we did, you enjoyed your visit. Good night and the best of good luck to you. Now, we'll return in just... Well, that's all we have time for tonight, except to say good night, panel. Good night.
Good night, Bud.
And now this is Bud Collier saying good night from Geritol and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
Transportation for To Tell the Truth, arranged by American Airlines. Guests flown to New York aboard American's famous luxury flight, the DC-7 Mercury. To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Godwin production, in association with the CBS Television Network. Thank you.